Today, from San Antonio, Texas, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Kyler Murray and the San Antonio Dreadnaughts versus Justin Herbert and the Houston Voyagers.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Voyagers and the San Antonio Dreadnaughts. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
34-yard line. A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones.
Aaron Jones.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now a first down carry by Jones. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 19 carries, 97 yards.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
21-yard line.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
We talk so much about how coaches script things, especially on offense, to start a season, to start a game, whatever it is. Could they have scripted a better start in terms of playing? Offensive Player of the Week in the NFC, and his team won their season opener.
Absolutely. Perfect start to the year, but all the talk was, hey, that was week 1. Now we got to move forward.
Let's do it again in week 2. That's what he's told his teammates.
That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given him, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Brings up a third down.
And throwing is Murray on third down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Pass complete to number 86. He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
The ball carrier. He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 10 yards. And it's third.
On third down, here's Jones. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On 1st and 10, Herbert got his man complete over the middle. That's Phillips. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Finding some room at midfield. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Tackle made there by Matt Milano. Working with 2nd and 5 now.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Herbert now. His throw incomplete. Mike Williams the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Herbert throwing again. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
2nd and 2. At the 7.
To the air again, Herbert. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. That time a 9-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Tyler Lockett now with the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
His guys take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6. At the 29-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. He'll have a first down past the 40. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Well, if they can execute the run-pass option like that, it puts the defense in a really, really tough spot.
The running ability of Kyler Murray makes defensive coordinators and players crazy. Because essentially now, you have an extra running back there. So if he keeps it, you've got a problem. If he hands it inside, you're probably not ready for it because you have all your focus back on number 1.
Throwing now is Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun now from Murray. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
First down, Voyagers.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Voyagers 7, Dreadnaughts nothing.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
44-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
At the 41, it's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Herbert. It's caught. Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
A gain of 5.
Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the delay, Jones. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Jones, the ball carrier.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
3-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Herbert on the crossing route. Complete. That's Phillips.
Herbert's pass. Complete to number 86. A gain of
the goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race. But how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Second down, here's Herbert. He'll find Williams on the slant. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Houston.
From the gun, Herbert. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the 8-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Operating from the gun. Herbert. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
To George Kittle.
George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
They'll take over. First down and 10.
Back out comes San Antonio. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he'll give it here to his running back. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Murray finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. They'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
He's across midfield.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and
from the gun. Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Page. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
1st and 10 at the 37.
That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Murray. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
4 yards.
11 more on that one and another first down.
First down.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and
throwing again. Murray. Buying time to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
6. Makes it 3rd and
this is caught. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 2nd and goal, Murray. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyler Lockett. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now. The way way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Justin Herbert. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll bring out 4 receivers, 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, first down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, it's Herbert. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That catch good for only a couple. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Lockett the return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back out comes San Antonio. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And hang on here, because still down after that play is Marquise Brown. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. from the gun. Murray, they'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Murphy on the tackle. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Voyagers 14. Dreadnaughts 10.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
29-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun. Herbert, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
Take over 1st and 10.
Back out comes San Antonio. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Murray over the middle. He's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Over the middle here to Brown.
Murray's pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Going to give this time to the tailback. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to kick it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Houston set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle from the 22. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the 1st at the 29. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Houston. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So possession goes over here on the punt.
They'll take over.
Back out comes San Antonio. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. before they can get the punt away whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling. 4th and inches in plus territory. That seemed like a prime spot to go for.
It certainly did, and there's so many things that go into it. Are you too far away for a field goal, but not far away to punt it? Do you just feel like your offense is better? I just think in today's NFL, offense feels like it has to take care of the football, has to keep the ball, because scoring is up. You better maximize every possession. You trust your offense more than you trust your defense in today's league.
Murray's pass.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. A tackler almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They're going for it. It's Murray. And he's got Lockett. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
In a 4th down.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And that is incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Brought down.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
13 yards. 1st down, Houston.
On 1st down, it's Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Herbert completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Herbert on first down now. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. That catch good for only a couple. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. From the gun, Herbert connects with Kittle underneath. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Complete to George Kittle.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Gets past one man. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
They'll take over first and 10.
Back out comes San Antonio. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Now Murray. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Shotgun now from Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And Ingram holds it in. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Murray now on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
He's back to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Murray, he's used to moving fast in Oklahoma. He'll get his guys up to the line. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's now third down and long.
On play action, it's Murray. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on fourth down. Murray to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, possession switches hands. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. And they'll indeed take a knee. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for our visitors, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for San Antonio, they'll fall to 1-1, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.